All right, we're going to talk about word phrases and expressions and how you translate one into the other. Okay, so first we're going to talk about what words are and what they mean. So the first word I have is product, and when you see the word product, you should automatically think multiplication.
Okay, I have the word plus, which means we're going to do addition.
If you're asked to find the quotient, you will be divided.
If you're going to do times, that means multiplication.
When you are finding the total, you are adding.
When you're told to subtract, you're going to subtract.
The words more than tell us that we need to add.
Multiplied by, we're going to multiply.
The opposite of more than is less than. That means we are going to subtract.
The word difference tells us that we're going to subtract.
Multiplication, guess what? We're going to multiply.
Subtraction, again, we're going to subtract.
All right, if you see the words minus, you are subtracting.
If you see the word sum, you're going to add.
Divided by, division.
Take away, subtract.
Decrease by, subtraction.
And the opposite, increased by, addition.
All right, now we're going to use these words to actually come up with an expression. So we're going to do some examples with addition first.
Okay. The sum of A and 7. So that's going to be a plus sign. I'm going to put 7 first and then A. Because this has the commutative property, I can put either one first, but if I think algebraically, the number always comes first. 4 increased by Y is going to be 4 plus Y. The total of M and 8 is going to be M plus 4 or 4 plus M. They are both right, but because we're going to think algebraically, we always want that variable to come second.
All right, now subtraction is one of those that you're going to have to think a little bit more about because subtraction does not have commutative property. That means that 7 minus 4 is not the same thing as 4 minus 7. You do not get the same answer on those. So we have to be really careful here. And for the most part, we're going to read left to right. So 7 take away x. So I have my takeaway here. That's subtraction. And it's 7 is what I'm starting with, and I'm taking away x. Okay? The difference, I already know, that's subtraction. And then y comes first in my sentence, and then 12. Okay? Now, here's where the trick happens, is that less than. It is one of those things, as soon as you see those words less than, I want light bulbs to flash in your brain, okay? So less than is subtraction. Now, listen to what it's saying. It's saying 7 less than M. So M is actually what I'm starting with. So M is going to be first, and then I am subtracting 7 from it, okay? So let's look at a couple more examples of that. Less than, light bulb, subtract, okay? Now, listen to what it's saying. Y less than 72. That means that 72 is what I'm starting with, and I'm subtracting y from it, okay? Less than. All right, look, 14 less than k. That means I'm starting with k. And then 14 is what I'm subtracting from k. Fewer than is the same thing, okay? Fewer than means subtraction, and it's 5 fewer than B. That means I'm starting with B and I'm subtracting 5.
Okay, so for multiplication, we're going to practice a few. The product of 5 and S. There's a couple of ways we can write this. We can write 5S where they're side by side, because in algebra that means that they're being multiplied. Or you can do 5 with the raised dot, which means multiplication S. We never use the X symbol for multiplication in algebra. T multiplied by 4 would be the same thing. Again, we want to put the number first and the variable second, so 4t would be 4 multiplied by t. 8 times L is going to be, again, 8L. Remember, because multiplication has the commutative property, you can write them the other way, but it looks a lot better this way where we have the variable second.
Okay, division is one of those boogers again, because division you cannot, it doesn't have commutative property, so you have to be careful what order you put it in. So what I mean by that, 4 divided by 2 gives me 2, but 2 divided by 4 gives me a half. So you see, they don't give you the same answer, so it matters what you put in, the order you put it in. All right, so as soon as I see divided by, I know, okay, that means division. And you're going to do this just like you would read it. M divided by 11. So that means that that M has to come first and 11 comes second. So M divided by 11. If I want to write this like an algebra student would write it, then I'm going to write it like a fraction. Okay, so M would be my numerator and my line for division, and 11. So this still is another way to write M divided by 11. All right, the quotient, there's my division, okay? And I'm going to do it like I'm reading. 15 goes first and Z goes second. But because I'm an algebra student, I want to write 15 as my numerator and Z as my denominator. So this makes me look so smart right here to write it just like this. So 15 divided by Z. Okay?